Raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Hey, raise it up. Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Raise it up. North side, raise it up. South side, raise it up. East side, raise it up. West side, raise it up. Raise it up, raise it up, raise it up, raise it up, raise it up. North side, raise it up. South side, raise it up. East side, raise it up. The west side, raise it up. Raise it up, 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 raise it up.
Hey loves, hey loves. Okay, I can do that. Hold on. Hey loves, hey loves. I said I'm not gonna laugh when we start. Okay. We have positive energy already. So let me give you a clean one. Hey loves, hey loves, hey loves. My name is YN Vaughn. I also go by Y. And this is another hilarious episode of Raise It Up, Y, the podcast. We're coming at you the final Thursday of November. We're coming at you the final Thursday in November in an episode we are calling This Is How We Do. No, literally, this is how we DOUX. Shouts out to my cousin, Maya Smith, founder and MC or master of curl of the Doux. You'll hear more about her, of course, in the Pay Your Dues section. We shout her out every episode because she's my mentor in branding. Anything that you like on any of the @Raise It Up Y pages, you've probably liked because I've watched my cousin do her thing with the Doux products. Currently found in Sally's Beauty, Amazon, Walmart, Target. Hello, I won't name the big store that slept on her and didn't believe in her. And then the next month, she was like, dang, I didn't get such and such, but I don't know, Target just called back. I was like, I said, just keep winning, cuzzo. Just keep winning. Ooh, that is a very prophetic story because in talking about how we do, y'all already know, we're going to have to talk about love. Every episode in 2022, we have been fine tuning a certain emotion, a certain vibration, so that we're really attracting to us and being that which we think we're being. And today is no exception because we're talking about how we do. Who is we? You already know, love culture. We are the loves. Everything we do good for no good reason at all. And yeah, that's the emotion that we're going to be fine tuning, love. So raise it up, Y, for any newcomers, any new loves. Loves are supporters of this podcast. When all y'all are together, we call y'all love culture. We call us, I'm a part of it too, love culture. When we're all together, one of the things that we make sure that we do is celebrate all of the tenets of this podcast. So what is this podcast about? Any new loves coming along? Okay. Raise It Up Wise, where OGs kick game to real ones only. When we say we raise it up, we are raising up your self-awareness, your vibrations, which is all of our work in 2022, and your capacity for love, which is knowledge. Let it be known you can consume this podcast anywhere that podcasts can be broadcasted. So make sure if you're listening and you're a listening love, thank you so much for being a part. If you're an onlooking love right there on YouTube, we thank you for tuning in, subscribing, making sure that all your notifications are on. So anytime we're doing good, you can be a part of that goodness. All right. This episode is going to be almost unanimously a retelling of an experience I had just yesterday. All right. Where I got to guest speak in a college class, but it was a college class inhabited by teenagers. We'll talk about that in just a second. But if you've been in any of our Love Lounge discussions, we've been kind of talking about what happened in that class experience. If you haven't been in any of the Love Lounges, Love Tuesdays, the Love Lounge on Clubhouse, any of those things, you'll understand what that means by the end of the episode. Don't feel left out. All the new loves or the JBP loves or any of the loves that we're just kind of meeting, let it be known everyone is welcome. And before we get very, very, very deep into this episode, I would like to ground us. Grounding, as a trained therapist, not a practicing one, grounding is the practice by which we all make sure that we are present in this here moment with one another right now. It separates the space from wherever you were before you tuned into this podcast or this broadcast and you came into our space right now. So let's consecrate this space, shall we? We shall. Take a moment here, loves, to be here with me. Hear my voice. Bring your awareness down into your feet. And to prove that you're doing that, how about you wiggle your toes? Right there in your shoes. And if you feel brave enough, go ahead and touch your nose. Bring your awareness up top. Touch that nose. And it's nothing deep. You're just doing that to recognize that you are here. All right? All together now, love culture. Let's breathe a breath in. Blow a breath out. How about you do that again? In through your nose, out through your mouth. And just take a moment to own this. This is a miracle that we're living. It's called life. Recognize that you're winning just by living, being present right here in this life, just by spending this time with my voice right now. You're investing into your betterment. I want you to sit with that and even feel proud. And let's go the fuck up. Let's do it, all right? All right? We celebrate non-corny positivity right here. So sometimes you might hear a shit, damn, or fuck, but know that our positivity is always fertilizer, never bullshit. Holler if you hear that. So I got 3 segments for you. Every episode, we kind of go off of 3 segments and then come into a YN's words of wisdom before we get on up out of here. I usually give some pay your dues and some dates, but the date that this is coming out, some call Thanksgiving. Some folks will just look at it as Indigenous Peoples Recognition Day. However you tend to celebrate the last and final Thursday of November, I just want to say thank you that you're spending time with me and my crew right here and right now. All right? So, Raise Them Up. First segment. Raise Them Up is where I get to edutain. I get to educate and entertain you all with some lesson that I've, taken in my life. Today is no exception. Yesterday, literally from when I'm taping, I got to guest speak in my sister, Professor Janelle Delgado's class. And this was the class that I loved to teach when I was an instructor at this particular college. It's personal growth and self-development, an amazing course. However, the trick bag on this one was we were teaching this course to 14 and 15-year-olds. This is a special segment of the college that is housed on a high school campus, and they had the bright idea to throw freshmen into a class, a course about learning and discovering yourself. Whoop-de-doo. All right. I don't know if you guys know, but 14-year-olds are just a year away from being 13-year-olds. And 13-year-olds are what we call middle schoolers. And any of my educators out there, holler if you hear me, middle school is it's a unique challenge to engage with. So much is going on within the human body and the human psyche. young people are learning what social groups they belong to or they think they belong to. One day, one student might come in purely hip hopped out. Another day, another week, let's say they come in and they're the skaters. They're just the skater community kids. 2 weeks later, they're goth types of folks. And then 3 weeks later after that, they might start identifying with the LGBTQ plus community. It's called ego versus role confusion. That's not true at all. It's called identity versus role confusion. That stage of life. If you want to know more about it, you can discover that with Eric Erickson, um, human developer, neo Freudian, lotta, yada yada yada. So these young people who have all of the distractions from education in the world are going to be talking about personal growth and self development. That's what we did yesterday. The first class, shouts out to all those babies. I would give their names, but I don't know if it's a violation of their confidentiality, so I won't. But just know I told every member of that class their names before I left. And I remember at least 87% of all of you. All right. Got to leave room for 13%. You just don't know. You understand me? For anyone who doesn't know, 13 is my favorite number. Long story. Anyways, so I'm rocking with the kids. And these kids are born in 2008. That means I could have been any of their mothers, by the way. I was hugely sexually active by 2008. 2008 was a good year, actually. Hello. Anyways, so yeah, 2008, 2007, a few, mostly 2008 kids. What my sister in education and hip hop, and actually like a real big sister to me, Professor Janelle was talking about was the fact that, think about it, why the iPhone came out in 2007. These kids were born in 2008. They have had technology their entire lives. I'm like, ugh, dang it. I mean, dang it from my perspective, right? I'm growner. My sister is growner than me. And there's something about that street lights coming on, then coming inside because you've been outside discovering the world, physical world all day, there's just some real stuff that goes on that can't happen in a phone or on social media. To further that point, I'm talking with the students about their development and perception of self. And in that particular class, we were discussing the fact that behavior doesn't know how to lie. I can't take credit for that. That was one of my educators when I was in my master's program who said that. But I say it a lot now because it's still true. And as we were talking about behavior not knowing how to lie, I was making it a point when students would check for their phones during a class where you're not supposed to have your phones, because other teachers, in high schools, they're putting the kids' phones in a basket when they come into the room. They're doing all this stuff. Mind you, when you're a professor at a college, we just don't deal with that sort of stuff. So a lot of educators at the collegiate level look at K through 12, especially if you have to remove their sixth sense, aka their phone, from them. It feels like you're being a big time babysitter, bro. Like an overpriced babysitter. And no professor at any college wants to do that. So my sister didn't do that with these students. She allows them to hold on to their stuff, but she makes them responsible for the consequences that they can, incur by having their apparatus. So one young lady was not on her phone, which I give her credit for, but she was slumped over her desk in a way, body language that said, because what I said was behavior to know how to lie. I'm like, are you disinterested in the topic? I just want to ask a question because it's what your body language, connotes, not denotes, but connotes. And she said, no, this is interesting. Like that. Watch this. If you're onlooking, loves, just, the face. No, this is interesting. Jesus, I hope nobody tells me I love you with that same energy, right? Nah, nigga, I really do love you. If you get two mixed messages from someone's behavior and their words, the words are the lie because it's the only thing that knows how to lie. Okay, going back to this class, talking to this child. She says, no, I'm interested. I says, oh, okay. We keep talking and I say, wait, so when did you learn that you liked yourself? She was like, I don't know that I like myself. I said, I'm sorry. She said, I don't know that I like myself, with more confidence and bass in her voice, even. I'm like, okay, what about love yourself? She was like, no. Shoulders shrugged up, kind of waving her head back and forth, like looking around. No, I don't. What do you mean? Love myself? No, I don't know that I love myself. I don't know that I like or love myself. And I wanted that to be unique in the room of about 30 something students. When I asked who identified with what this young lady was saying, students whose body language said that they were highly engaged in the class raised their hands. And not all, but a lot of these 14, some 15-year-old first class students that I spoke to yesterday said, yeah, I don't know that I like or love myself. Even speaking with my sister, who called me to speak to her room, she said, why? I'll go ahead and raise my hand because at 14, I didn't know that I liked or loved myself. So, once I heard that, I knew I had to bring the conversation to love culture. So, if anyone doesn't know, any new loves, things like that, usually on Tuesdays, we have an engagement called Love Tuesdays on my Instagram at Wyanna, Wyanna. Don't worry about it now. I'll give you all that at the end of the episode. But we got together last night. It was a Wednesday night. And it was Love Tuesdays on a Wednesday. It's always Love Tuesdays, despite what day we end up doing it on, because for this entire year, all the way up until that freaking first week of October, when my whole schedule started getting off, it got off because I started taking time for myself. I hadn't taken a vacation in the whole year, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I'm talking with Love Culture, and I'm asking now, not 14-year-old students in a high school. Now I'm talking to the individual loves who comprise Love Culture. And some of my loves who keep up with us in the Love Lounge on Instagram or the Love Lounge on Clubhouse. Love Lounges, by the way, are just anytime I go live somewhere and the discussions that we kind of have. It's like our cyber lounge, you know what I'm saying? And who inhabits the lounge? The loves. So it's the Love Lounge. These are doctors. These are therapists. These are nurses. These are Melba Moore was in there with us last night. So these are celebrities. These are a bunch of individuals that a lot of educators. I have a lot of educators, some former students who are now in their 4-year institutions. We just have a very, very good amount of everyone that comes into these virtual rooms. And I asked the loves in Love Culture, did you know at 14 that you liked or loved yourself? And a lot of people said, no, they didn't know that. And now I'm confused. I felt away. So just like I did with the students earlier, I started asking adult loves, when did they like or learn to love themselves? When did they learn to like or love themselves? Excuse me. And I got various responses. Going back to those kids, though, I said, where did you learn to be confused? Because they're still in their thing. I said, where did you learn to be confused about whether you liked or loved yourself? Some of the kids said, well, because when I'm here at school, people don't really hang with me. They don't really like to be around me. And it makes me wonder if I'm likable or lovable. A couple people said that. A lot of people said, I get on social media and I start comparing my life to everybody else's, celebrities included. But they're more affected when it's another person at the school who just might be perceivably more popular, cooler than them. You see what I'm saying? But it's not their presence at school that they start to compare and learn that they're not as good as, quote unquote. It's online. Because online, you can be a little more of whoever you think you are, whatever your persona is. You know what I'm saying? There's real ramifications in real life. But when you're at home in your room and your mom or dad isn't looking, well, you can be in your, little preppy schoolgirl outfit with, the little skirt hiked up. You can be doing all the showing of the money phone on the gram, but your mom don't know you in the streets at 14 and 13. Like, there's a lot that these kids are comparing themselves against with one another. In two other people's cases, they said the adults in their lives never tell them that they're likable or lovable. At home, it starts. I look at my, one person said, I look at my mom who was in an abusive relationship and didn't ever stick up for herself, and I'm her daughter. So if she's not worthy of love and likability and she's not worth fill in the blank, what the hell makes me think I am? The kids got deep, y'all. The kids got deep. And I bring this topic up to you all because I want to pose the question to you. Do you like and or love yourself? One. Two, do those things happen at the same time? Do they come in tandem, um, for you and your personal experience? And three, when did you learn? When did you learn that you liked and or loved yourself? Are you still in that experiential process? In this Raise 'em Up, where I'm edutaining and usually providing some sense of knowledge and explanation, I'm going to switch it up today and offer you journaling questions. Some people say they don't journal because they don't know what to say. Really, you just put your pen to pad and let it happen. It's called a free write. You're supposed to just write out, like my book from 2018. However, if you're one of those people who don't journal or haven't journaled because you just don't know what to write about or what to say, please use those 3 questions that I just asked as a prompt. Go back, pause this podcast if you're listening, or the show of this on YouTube if you're watching. Pause this or rewind this. Go back, listen to the 3 questions I asked. And I want you to discover, I want you to be the person raising yourself up, giving yourself that time to learn what's really going on inside of you. Because sometimes I feel like if people don't ask these questions, you don't ponder their answers. I know it's a little different today. Apologies if any of this feels a little uncomfortable, but I am an educator. An educator helps you grow. And what I know about growth is that it doesn't take place in your comfort zone. Think about a seed when it's planted. It has to move the soil around and break through at some point in order to reach that sun that it so desperately needs, to feel that water that feeds it, to gain the carbon dioxide that we give it so we can give us the much needed oxygen. All right? So, again, pause this shit. Don't be corny. Don't not do it. Or if you're just going to keep listening right now, make a mental note of the time stamp of wherever this is. I don't know what time it is on here, but the time stamp. Come back to this. Actually, tell me what time it say on there. Oh no, he's gonna edit it, so it won't matter. Yeah, don't worry. But around what time is it? What does it say? 31. So around this 31-minute mark or whatever, it might be a little less because I know I was laughing and talking crazy in the front of this. So maybe in the 20-minute mark, come back around here in this raise them up and make sure that you take those journaling questions seriously. Segment number 2, we're going straight into a hashtag high why. Hashtag high why came from the same class, this first class from yesterday. And the students were like, thank you, Miss Y. We appreciate you. La, 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 la. And I appreciate them because they was dope. However, one of the students asked me, so when did you learn that you liked and loved yourself? And I sat there. Oh, I can dish these questions out like a big bitch. Trust me. When did I learn that I liked and or loved myself? In my case, I'm going to use and. I asked this to a few other people since yesterday, and they had the like or the love down, but they hadn't gotten the other one yet. And that was honest. That was honest. And mind you, everybody I asked was over 30. These are grown people. These are grown people. But that's okay. I want you all to know this isn't I have to have it right and I have to no. This is a temperature check. This is a temperature check. You ever talk to your Google and say, what's the temperature today? Whatever number pops up, it's not like, ooh, that's a bad number or ooh, that's a good number. No, that's just the temperature. Different from when you see the number on the scale. Never mind. I just came from the doctor last week. I was like, really? My bad. I just depressed myself a little bit right then. No, I'm fucking with you. Man, listen, I got to a point, if I see the number 300 on that scale, I'm gonna be like, wait, is my ass still thick? As long as my waist is smaller, you understand. But anyway, that's not what the question is. And what all I just did right now is called a diversion. Deflection. Can I tell them myself really quickly? Because I think I gave the students an answer yesterday just to have an answer, but I don't know that I actually was thinking of the thing then. But the babies came up and they were asking genuinely. The kids came up and asked at the end that did come up, and they said, Miss Y, when did you learn that you liked and loved yourself? And I'll say, I've loved myself my entire life. I've loved myself. Oop, just lied. No. They say that all mental dis-ease comes from an inability to, with confidence, make one or both of these statements. I am lovable or I am capable. And I have to say, I always knew I was capable. You want to know why? Because I was always in gifted and talented education. I was in honors classes. I was in advanced placements. There's a stage of life before identity versus role confusion that's called industry versus inferiority. Industry versus inferiority. And that's when you're in school for the first time as a first grader and up. School age kids, 6 to 12. And you end up learning initiative. Like you end up learning what you can do by way of your own, your own thinking, your own putting your hands to something and making something happen. Huh? So since I was young, I knew I could perform. I knew I could do, and I knew I could advance really well in almost any given circumstance. I think I learned to love myself. I'm giving you guys the honest answer now, kids, so I hope you guys aren't mad that I was just saying, I don't even know what I said yesterday. That's why I have to take this more seriously, because whatever I said yesterday, my truth is my truth, and it only happens one way. So if something is true, whatever I said yesterday, I would have remembered today because it's so deeply ingrained, because it's just my truth. Whatever I said yesterday was just to get out of the class. I'll be honest with you. Sorry, this is just, the honesty now. But when I was 28 in 2010, I took in therapy because I was about to start providing therapy to other people. And while I was in my master's program, they said, you want to be on the other side of that couch because you want to know how it feels to have to answer certain questions and how it feels to process out loud to a stranger who has credentials to be in the room with you. You know what I mean? Um, and it was around those times that I started having to explore the am I lovable question. Um, what made me question my lovability was never within my family or in the world of school, in the world of work, none of those things. It was in the relationship department. Ooh, I almost did another. Anyways, it was a TED talk. I was gonna do a raise them up, and I was gonna talk about this couple that gave these really dope 4 steps about successful relationships. Both of them are therapists, so it was a really dope one. I might do that another time. But y'all, when I was 28 in 2010, the year I got Shoka, I remember that summer. The dude I was with got her for me as a "Don't break up with me" gift, and then we broke up in the fall. So, but Shoka was great. So Shoka was my dog. For anyone who doesn't know me, my bad. That summer in therapy, I got to speak about the effect of being in a bunch of relationships where in each relationship I'd been cheated on. And I ended up speaking out, talking out the fact that I was so good at doing, ooh, all of my alpha ladies, watch this. I was so good at doing, I had successfully given my man no role in the relationship. I could go out, get the bacon, come home, fry it up, and serve it. Then clean the dishes and wash all of the countertops, put all the kids to bed, and do it all again the next day. And what I've learned is that an idle mind is a devil's playground. So when a man doesn't feel like he has a role to contribute, you leave him time to be on that playground of the devils with his idle mind and his idle penis as well. And that was kind of what was happening. And if you keep using the same formula, you'll keep attracting the same results. So to break that spell, I just started doing anything different. And in doing anything different in love, I started getting with different partners who showed me different sides of myself. And by way of it taking 2 to know 1, it takes 2 to know 1. By way of that, I started learning, oh shit, this is another part of me, another side of me. And the more sides of me that I kept learning, seeing, experiencing, I kept saying, I like that. Ooh, I like that. Oh, that's cool. I like that. And through that process, I learned you're a likable girl. So why aren't these situations staying? Where's the love? Do they stay? Is it love? Shit, is it love? That starts to become the question. And with exploring like that, I didn't start looking at other people to do anything on my behalf. What I did start doing was looking at what I thought I wanted from other people and had to start asking myself, was I giving it to myself? So, when did I start loving myself? 28 years old. Because it's when I started to become aware of more parts of me that had never seen love from me because I just didn't know they existed. And I started taking myself and my self-love journey a little more seriously. So there that is. Um liking what I see, not what I know. My journey is about liking what I see. I made the joke about going to the doctor and seeing the number on the scale. I had to learn to associate YN's worth with YN's existence. Period. For a long time, especially being the entertainer part of my edutainer, whatever I saw on that scale told me how much I should love myself. Ugh, that's not the best. I'll be honest with you. I know some folks can live in that space for a long time, especially ladies in this industry. Ooh, goodness. And if I can be very honest, why a lot of ladies doubt themselves is y'all. Who is y'all? Consumers. Why? Every time we gain 5 pounds, 6 pounds, or even lose a lot of weight, think of Chadwick Boseman. Somebody changes their appearance and you can become a meme so fast. People talk shit so fast. You have no clue what's going on with the humans that you're talking about because you look at them as celebrities. I heard someone say one time, we can talk about that person. They have more money than God. No, the fuck you can't. No, you can't. Y'all gotta start learning also. Everybody in somebody's family ain't famous. It's real niggas in everybody's family. So you you better hope you sit behind that at name and never come up from behind that desk in your sad, lonely, dark, and depressed basement. Cause I'm trying to tell you, in real life, things can happen. Things can happen to you. It's not kind, bro. It's just not kind. So a lot of ladies in this industry, God, don't start aging in this industry. And then you get a little wrinkle here and there. You get certain parts of you that sag no matter how thin you get. It's just your skin isn't as supple and holding on to the fat on your bones and your body the same just because of life. You know what I'm saying? It's like niggas don't allow you to grow. People just don't allow you to grow sometimes. And my growth sometimes is lateral, horizontal. And regardless of what anybody else could say about me, though, none of it matters. Do I agree with the shit talking that anybody else might be saying to me? That's what matters. And going back to the class and all of those students, I made them aware of the fact that all of their dissatisfaction and unhappiness with themselves seemingly came from how they related to other people. Once again, it takes two to know one. A lot of our relationships reveal to us how we think and feel about ourselves. So, when did I learn to love myself? Official, 28 years old. When did I learn to like myself? Full transparency, about the last portion of 36. So 2019 and up. Very recent shit here. And appreciate my self-worth. I think I'm 1 year in. 39 is when I started that. If I'm just being fully transparent, you know? Um, that's what I was gonna ask you guys. The high why. When did you learn to like and love yourself? Oh, now Boom wanna leave me. He gonna leave me. No, or no. That wasn't the question I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask you, do you think liking yourself and loving yourself happen at the same time? What's the difference? I know mine, but I'm only myself.
I think it take a little longer to understand the love for yourself. Like, of course, you love yourself, but as you grow and really develop a meaning for love and everything, it's a little bit different.
Hmm. The love you think takes longer? Like in your experience, this is no right or
The
wrong.
the understanding of what love is
Got you.
and how that relates to self, I think that's a more in depth process I like me.
Cause like, do you think like is more surface? Do you think like when
Yeah.
you see like it's more like? I mean, not to say that your appearance doesn't affect how you feel about yourself. It does, but it's just more surface, is what you're saying. Okay.
In a sense, yeah.
In a sense, it's not like purely, but yeah. Where's Ashnafi? Is she right there? Good. Okay, good. I was gonna say if she's standing right there, she's gonna have to answer too.
I'm still there peeking.
I know. I knew it. I knew it. Zelege. I know she was trying to creep. I was trying to get to that part because right before I saw her walk that way, I said, "No motherfucker." Do you think liking and loving yourself are things that happen at the same time, or do you think they happen independently of one another? Even in your experience, which happened for you first? Or being transparent, are you still dealing with one? Like or love? Love, not like? So why did like take me so long then? I learned love at least a decade earlier. I think I learned love earlier.
Part of, oh shit, I would say part of that is you grew up in a loving environment.
Got it. So it goes back to now we're talking about family life then. It's not about school. It's not about, because I was at the school. That's what I'm talking about with the students. So it's not about this.
So that was,
Oh, I thought I touched it.
yeah, so that may have been instilled in you early.
Got it. Do you think the love starts with the family? It starts at home first?
Definitely.
Definitely. For both of you.
Yeah, because you gotta think from a child, it's like what you around, what you see, what you know, if you just see love or you see, oh, this how we gonna get by, or this how, then it's like
Got you. Got you.
this way or that way.
Absolutely.
And then from there, it's, you know.
So then that's more indicative of the environment. That's more indicative of my
And
family.
as you get older and you start to think a little bit more independently, and you're like, oh, now I got an understanding of what this is, my own understanding. And
That's what you were saying about understanding it on your own.
yeah,
For you, you said that the loved one is happening now, but I feel like your family is loving.
I think it's both
It's both.
because it's it's still have like we're not really we're yes we're show
Yeah.
we are, all of that, but at the same time it's within that oneself. So
Because then you have to go back to the introvert. And both of you are more introverted, would you say? From your how you would.
yes.
I know you're introverted. Would you classify yourself more introverted? Okay, now that's gonna be the next love lounge. I need to know, like I know this was a high wire, y'all, but I just wanted to see from my team about now the new question of the love lounge is gonna be with introversion, is there more time needed to discover a love or an understanding of the love for self, where in an extroverted, since we take in energy from other people, like I get my energy being around people. So if we take in energy, it's almost like we're getting to borrow. I feel like we're not stealing. I was gonna say steal, but no, I feel like we're getting a charge. I feel like we're getting to have that charge. So maybe it helps the process of self-love some way. I don't know. I don't know, but that's what I'm saying. Now I want to ask. Now I want to ask. It's a good question, no? Oh, this was fun. Okay, now I'm really happy. Okay. Let it be known. We are coming up on the third segment of this podcast, which, because we talked about this is how we do. We have the do. One of my segments is very closely related to the do, D-O-U-X, as a do-a-diddy, D-O-U-X-A-D-I-D-D-Y, do-a-diddy. And I want to sing something for y'all here, but I'm going to tell the story related to it on Patreon. So we're gonna snip the part of this that goes with this and put it on Patreon. Hello, Patreon exclusive folks. You want my love and you can't deny. No, it's true, but you try to hide. Yeah, yeah. You turn down love like it's really bad. Yeah. You can give what you never had. Yeah. Mm. Well, that's your soul. You could fool a fool. I know it's true, now so do you. You can't hide. Mm-mm. I betcha. Ooh, ooh, betcha, betcha. Y'all look, I thought you was gonna go. I thought you was gonna go for it. Can't hide love, can't hide love. Well, I betcha. Yeah, oh, yeah. Feel it inside. You can't pretend there's nothing there. Mm. Boy, look in your eyes, see you care. Oh, no. So why not stop trying to run and hide? You won't find out if you never try. Ooh, oh, oh, oh. Betcha you want my love. Well, I betcha. Hey, oh, yeah. Feeling, yeah. Love is found time. Get set, yeah. Can you find the time to listen? Love is found the time to want you, yeah. Can you find the time to listen? Yeah. Y'all better be singing with me at home. If you're too young, just look at the old person next to you. Let me let y'all know. I had to pop out, give a little bit of that do I diddy explanation to the Patreon love culture community. If you want to hear that story, that can't hide love story, subscribe to my Patreon. I have a $5 level, a $13 level, whichever you decide. I appreciate all support. Thank you so much for considering being a Patreon love. All right. So we've done our 3 segments. We did a raise them up talking about being with those little badass 14-year-olds yesterday. I'm fucking with you. They were great. They were amazing. Some of them. Most of them. We did a hashtag high Y and got to even include Boomer Did It and Easy Masil in this conversation today. And I got to tell y'all about when I learned to like and love myself. And then number 3, we did a do I diddy. And anytime we do a do I diddy, you either get original content from me, music, art, poetry, or you get my original rendition of somebody's shiznit like we did today. All right? Getting into the YN's words of wisdom before we get up on out of here. I got to go to New York. I got to go to New York, West Coast chick on an East Coast vibe. And I was talking with my homeboy who housed me. Thank you, Andre Mango. I love you. And Rhapsody ended up staying with us. So if any of you are subscribed to me on at Wyana on IG, you saw a lot of our pictures and how much fun we was having with Robert Glasper, Stokely, Michelle Indiacello, Jill Scott, Layla Hathaway, Andra Day. No, is that her name Andra? Is it A-N? Andra Day? Andra Day. That's why I never went up to her because I was gonna call her Audra. So I just didn't go up to her. So hi, my name is Wyan. I'm pussy. So I'm not. I'm just saying at that moment I was. But Andre Mego has a project coming. I don't know if he's announced its title, so I can't announce its title, unfortunately. But what I told him about his work, this upcoming album that he's working on, and he included me, yes. What I told him about it was it felt good to listen to as a woman. My exact words were, with this project, as a woman, I feel like I'm seen and not looked at. I think there's a difference in life between someone seeing you and someone looking at you. It reminds me of what Boomer said in the High Why about understanding love. And you can have love around you, even being poured into you. But when you start to venture into your own self-love journey, there's a depth there that can't get touched by anyone else attempting to put it in you, right? Pause where necessary. But I liken being seen versus being looked at to seeking validation versus being affirmed by your environment. If we're looking at this topic from how the external living or life or anything affects us on our person, right? What I notice is a lot of the social media, I'm keeping up with this social media theme in hopes that any of those babies that I was with, and I call any of my students babies, and you guys have to remember I was an adult educator before I was an educator of anybody young. So my 79-year-old student was my baby. So uh, recognize the original vernacular. Once you step into YN's world, it doesn't mean what it means when you're not in YN's world. Okay, thank you very much. So when I talk about these students, these babies from yesterday, right? I think about all of the social media talk and all of the less than positive, man. All of the less than positives that these young hearts and spirits and building identities encountered with social media. I feel like a lot of people get on social media to be seen. I think people say shit to be seen. I think they do shit to be seen. Think of the person that starts to follow you, then they unfollow you, then they follow you again, then they unfollow you, and a few weeks later they follow you again. Almost, I don't know if that's an attempt to get your attention or, hey, follow me back. I don't know what that means. I think of the usually guys in my world that go through like all of my posts. And so when you go to your notifications, it's like 50 likes by the same human, you know, and it's like, I see you. I see you. I usually never say anything to that person, by the way, but it's just like, all right, there we are. I see that person there. They've done something. I think about the Kevin Samuels followers who, when I started going viral from one of my reels, in 2020 who started or was it 2021? I can't remember. Um and there was two or three of them that I saw before I think Instagram started shielding some of their comments. But oh my God, middle-aged black woman with a dog, single black woman with a dog at Kevin Samuels, come get this bitch. If you think, first of all, rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. But I'm saying at the time he was very much alive. If you think any human, much less Kevin Samuels, can come and get this motherfucker here named YN, boy, please. Must not be from the West or they don't know. Anyways, sorry about that. Yeah, but the reality is, can't nobody come and get me. Period. First off. Second off, I've been with TJ for like over like damn near a decade. Like, but it's just people commenting to say something. Or like when people leave comments saying like, damn, nice ass. First of all, I've been known I had a nice ass in Pampers. Like, knock it off. First off. Secondly, you get goofs, doofs, and cornballs online that just say anything because they don't know what the fuck else to say. And it's just like, you have to just say, at least thank you for the impression, because every comment is a insight. It's a stat. So you have to just be like, oh, thanks for that. Thanks for that comment you decided to write. But it never goes well. It never fucking goes well. But these are all kind of funny, but they're all real examples of people just looking to be seen. And I'm a woman, so I'm sure that the gentlemen, you guys have your different types of ways this comes out as well. However, even some of the people who come into the Love Lounge, and they're in my IG live, they'll write the same comment multiple times in order to gain my attention, despite whether other people have already validated that they see or hear that person. It's not that they want to be seen or heard. They want to be seen or heard by me. I don't love that type of connection to any individual because it implies that I have a certain power over other people in love culture. I also get it that everyone is in my IG live space. I created this thing called love culture. I get all of that too. Don't get me wrong. I don't see myself as elevated over anyone. I don't see myself as the possible fame provoking celebrity, possibly adjacent having individual that some of the loves have told me that people see me as. I just don't see that of myself. So I understand why maybe people might come in my world or to my space, pause anything that needs to be. But if people come to my space needing or desiring to be seen by me, I understand why they do it. But I need anybody and everybody to know the reason I don't validate that behavior is because its pretense is false. I'm not the savior. I'm not anyone's savior. I'm not a celebrity, and all the celebrities that exist, none of them are more powerful than you. All of the hours that you have in a day, they have as well. All of the shit that you have to deal with in your world, being seen or not seen by your environment, somebody that doesn't pick up their fucking clothes when they come in the house, whether they have a partner that loves them or not, taxes, all of the same shit that you deal with, they deal with, it just looks different. but they deal with the same shit. We're all human. We are all human. So I want to use this moment to make you all more self-aware. I want to use this moment to make everyone self-aware about the fact that when you get yourself on social media, especially to any of the young people or anyone who is looking at social media and starting to compare themselves, and we all know comparison is the thief of joy. If you start comparing yourself, your progress, your walk, your life, your body, your eyes to another person's walk, to yourself when you have a filter on versus when you don't have a filter on, to yourself when you play to the algorithms, like posing with your ass out and then getting shifted up into the algorithm for the explore page versus just being a beautiful you and allowing the organic attention that you gain from that to be enough. You know what I'm saying? Like validation seeking looks like everything I've already talked about. Right now, affirmation from your environment looks like love culture. And I'm not saying that to toot my own horn, but baby, boop, boop, beep, beep. You understand? Love culture is one of the safest spaces on social media. Love culture is where a bunch of unlike humans, some humans that pray with their fingers pointed straight up, others with their palms straight up. Some of us don't pray at all. We have some of us that call higher power higher power. Some of us call higher power the great spirit. Some of us only acknowledge it as love or the universe. Others of us call it God, Jehovah, Buddha, Allah. I've already talked about the various amounts of professions that are represented in this culture. I think our youngest love culture member might be my baby cousin who's like 15 or 16, but she comes pretty consistently to Love Lounge Talks on Instagram. Our grownest our grownest love might be Miss Beverly. Miss Beverly comes and has been a member of ours since the very beginning, and she will hop on and she was on Kaye. She was on Come As You Are Yoga with Wendy on Zoom the other day as well. She'll come on our talks on Clubhouse. She's probably bought every stitch of merch that I have, and one of the most supportive humans who drives trucks for a living and has a master's degree in psychology and just comes in and drops wisdom on us, uses technology to the best of her ability, and just loves on us as we love on her. We have the masterminds, our resident PsyD, Mitsun Okeda, as well as urban counselor, the actual LCSW licensed clinical social worker. He is the practicing therapist. They are both practicing therapists where I am the trained one. Messy Boots, MESSYBOOTZ. I learned I was spelling it wrong. Messy Boots Love. Carrington, we gotta love him. Our professional talk boxer, Y Dizzle, 5Zs. The Shannon variant, living in a dream. We have so many of us. If I didn't say your name, it's not because I'm not thinking of you. It's because I'm thinking of the fact that this podcast has to end. So let it be known for all of you in love culture, when we pull together and do amazing things for people, some of the ones you guys know, some you don't, sometimes for one another, we are affirming each other's existence. Notice what I just said in the affirmation of existence. Sometimes you don't even know that you're helping somebody. I said it at the top of the podcast. We do good for no good reason. Sometimes the people are famous. And if you've been to enough Love Lounge talks, you know who I'm talking about. You know some of the people I'm talking about. And if you haven't been, come. You'll start to see them. We have some pretty consistent people who frequent our conversations. But love culture is an extraordinary and an extraordinarily unique safe space on social media. Um, and I wanted, this is not a commercial even for it. This is just a recognition of why social media has been a pleasure for me and why I feel so sad sometimes when I hear what a hellish experience social media has been or can be for other people. Sometimes loves who are just not in a love lounge or hanging with us. Um, Before I close out this YN's words of wisdom, I want to send special and amazing love to one of our favorite loves. We call her the Faithful Coffer. Um, all of these are like Instagram handles, by the way. So if you ever want to come and go to Instagram, you'll see all these people. We are praying for you. We love you. Love culture sees you. And our love is so real. You will be seeing parts of our love in real time in a few weeks. Uh, Speedy recovery, guaranteed recovery, not just recovery, but restoration to even better than anything you could imagine. I'm speaking vaguely because uh, I'm on a public platform sending a private message, but I know that the Faithful Coffer listens to these podcast episodes, and I think that she's going to be very, very surprised to hear all of this in this episode without warning. So I love you, boo. And everyone in love culture loves you too. So let that be that. And before I go, that wasn't a good one. That was juicy. And I just hit my hand. Okay. Listen. Yes, I still got these braids in. Mind your fucking business. I'm sorry. I'm about to take these braids out after this episode. I just didn't have time to do it before. And don't play me. My hair looks good underneath here too. I just thought I would represent my merch. So I have on my champion gray beanie. I have to let you know that in this pay your dues section, this hair done by at Hair by Quista, HAIRBYQUISTA, Hair by Quista, has been some of the most compliments I've gotten on my looks in a long time. So Quist, trust and believe, we will be doing this right again. Like very, very quickly. I'll probably give it a couple weeks off, but then we back at it like we never left. Holla if you hear her. All products. Where's my Doux? The Doux? I didn't bring it. Well, y'all know I live on the Doux. Got it. The B Girl collection. Let me tell you guys, when my hair, my bad, easy. When my hair has been in these braids, what I've been doing is washing my hair and my scalp with the Doux B Girl, all of the honey line. I can bring it over here too, so you can get it this way. Is my end? So there's a honey conditioner and shampoo. The conditioner is leave-in, so it's like nice and moisturizing to my scalp, and I be feeling sexy and shit. And then also, I always think I'm gonna do a commercial for her, and then I cuss. Damn it. So, this misdemeanor honey shine mist is something that I use to give myself a nice little refresh look when I'm about to go out and really like be on some stuff. But also, all of the honey products have been working very well in my hair as it's been in these braids. And I can't wait to kind of feel my hair again for a minute. But then we getting right back braided up because y'all got me messed up. This shit is way too convenient. You should have never let this dick. Anyway, yo, Mr. Jadakiss and Papa Jadakiss and Baby Jadakiss. Also, happy birthday, Baby Jadakiss. His name is at Really Jaewon, Jaewon, at Really Jaewon. Let me tell y'all something. This Kiss Cafe Bijou, if I'm not mistaken, is how you say the name. Let me give y'all that. Can you see that? Wait, I can do it one more time. Kind of stay there. Yo, this coffee is outstanding. It tastes amazing. It looks like some colors I need to be wrapped in for Christmas. Fuck around and find out is what I've heard. This coffee has been important to the Phillips family as early as 1977 when Bob Phillips had his start in the business. Quickly intrigued by the various blends, roast complexities, and history of the bean, Bob began what is now 3 generations deep. What I love about this story is we are 3 generations deep in the music game. So I talked about Bob Phillips, Jadakiss, who is his son, and then Really Jaewon, who is the son of Jadakiss. That's 3 generations there. My dad in 1995, if I'm not mistaken, made an album called 3 Generations of Groove, and his granddad was like a blues player of the piano. As I'm doing this, guitar. Of course, I don't play the guitar, so don't worry about it. But yeah, he did the guitar stuff and had love there. Then, of course, he created Dad. Dad went on to write Let's Groove Tonight and all that good stuff. And then, of course, he made My Crazy Butt. All right. Mom and mom's dad, same thing. Mom's dad was 100% into singing and playing guitar and doing stuff like that. He created the Emotions when my mom and aunts were 3, 4, and 5. And of course, now I'm touring in the Emotions as the 3rd generation of that lineage. So I just love everything that's been going on with Mr. Jadakiss and his family of coffee. Hashtag for the love of coffee. Yes, at Kiss Cafe Coffee, at KISSCAFECOFFEE. If you want to go to their website, kisscafecoffee.com. If you need to know how to spell that, rewind this. I'm tired. These earrings, hello, my baby sister-in-law, and I can really say sister-in-law, at Wava Life, married at Aurora and Art. And I can't be more happy to welcome my baby sister into this damn love family of the Vaughns. But at Aurora and Art, AURORAANNEAR. Let it be known, these earrings come from my baby sis. She handcrafts earrings. I don't have my ears pierced, so she makes them especial for me, but she has such beautiful designs. Please hit up her page. Make sure that you let her know Raise It Up Why I sent you. My sister Wendy has shit all over her website. Damn it, that's another way that she can't use this. My sister Wendy has products that you can purchase on her website at IamWendyWithAnI.com. But if you want to hit her up on IG, it is at IamWendyWithAnI, WENDI, Wendy with an I. Let's go. I've been burning this candle the entire time this has been going. I feel scared to... It's not hot. Okay. UpliftUsMarketplace.com. If you are not in Los Angeles but still want to support this Black-owned and holding Black brands, Black-owned brands in their store, in the Fox Hills Mall in Culver City, if you're local right here in Los Angeles. If you are not local, please visit upliftusmarketplace.com. If you don't know how to spell that, say it into your Googles. It's 100% worth it. Let it be known, let it be known, let it be known. Wyanna is wearing her own merch today. You want to know why? You want to know why? Merch run, bitches! It's a new merch run happening, okay? It's this Rockets Up on These ho-ho-hos in time for Christmas. Hello. So, if you want to learn more about it, do not go to my website. I hardly look at anything there. But at Raise It Up Y, RAISEITUPWY, all the loves say, Rockets Up on These hoes. If you go to at Raise It Up Y, you can DM me and you can have some merch. I'm holding on to this beanie, but let me tell you something I was going to tell you when I first started talking in this Pay Your Dues. When I was in New York, one night of 12 nights, one night I wore this beanie and I said, never again. All this little champion shit is cute, but that wind, hello? Dumbo, down under Manhattan Bridge overpass, Dumbo area had its way with my scalp. Fuck out of here. Boy, if I didn't have my old beanie from back in the day, it's fleece lined, I would have been assed out. So let it be known, fleece lined beanies is coming back, baby. As well as hoodies, because I brought a lot of different pullovers and sweatshirts and stuff. My hoodies in back east, I'm so sorry. This LA shit got me all the way spoiled. Back east, y'all need these hoodies. So, Rockets Up on These ho-ho-hos in time for the holiday. We have pullovers, we have hoodies, and we have fleece-lined beanies. Holler if you hear her, all right? Pre-orders come with a free tote. Hello? Free tote for the pre-orders. Holler if you hear her. So let it be known, that's coming the first week of December. Be ready in time for the holidays. And if you need to get up with love culture, make sure you join Love Lounge discussions. What does that mean? Love Tuesdays, 6 p.m. on the West Coast on Tuesdays at Wyanna, WYANNA, Instagram account, at Wyanna, WYANNA, Instagram account. If you join 6 p.m. on the West Coast, 9 p.m. on the East Coast, Tuesdays, you can, one, meet everybody I name dropped, all the loves that I name dropped a moment ago, plus ones that I haven't talked about on this episode, but I talk about a lot of you different loves on different episodes. Come hang, have a dope conversation, see what the vibe is, become a real part of this thing called love culture, you know? Love culture is one of the things I'm the most proud of since the pandemic, like creating this and fortifying this. Patreon community, the love culture community on Patreon gets some exclusive stuff. I don't want to tell you what. I'd rather you just go on there and see some footage of some amazing, famous humans singing at places you don't think you would expect to find them. Some pretty good stuff there. It's just good shit on there, by the way. Also, at Wyanna, WYANNA, has its own subscription where there's other exclusive content there, different from the community on Patreon. So it's just whatever you feel like, my loves. But if you feel it, you think you like it, and you want it, trust and believe me, I got it. Hello. YNVon.com for any of your other pleasures from YN. Not all pleasures. I don't know what that just meant. WYANNVAUGHN.com. Don't be weird. Y'all, this was an amazing night. the Patreon people, I hope you enjoyed that story about Can't Hide Love. Let it be known. I know it's Thanksgiving and I hope you're giving thanks. Let's get ready for these holidays and just spend some time with one another in love. Because love, the vibration of love, I hope you felt it today, because that's all this was. It was a big bundle of love. We didn't define it because it's not definable. I figured let's just talk about it. Self-love, self-liking, and love culture. All right? As always, can't wait to see you again. Stay real, y'all. Pooh cat! I think I did it. I think I busted it, right?
Raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Raise it up. Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Hey, raise it up. Hey, raise it up, why?